What's up there, people? How are you doing this day? Welcome to Famous Football. I'm your host, Nate. Let's chat football. Now, let's get into everything that's happened that should be happening but isn't happening, but we want them to happen anyways, right? Let's get into it. Tomorrow, Leeds versus Chelsea. Chelsea versus Leeds, and this is my preview, right? But listen, but before we get into everything regarding this game, right? How about you hit the like, hit the subscribe? Listen, do me a favor. Listen, I need it. It's a new channel, much appreciated. Let's get into it, yeah? Leeds versus Chelsea, another must-win game, right? It's another must-win game. If we have any plans or any whatever you want to call it, of keeping our top four dream alive and to be able to do what we want to do in the summer window, we have to go into this game fully ready, fully prepared, thinking about it as a must-win game. In the words of Rosenior, it's the most important game of the season, and that's how I see every single game. And listen, you should be seeing every game like that. We need this win. We want this win. We have to get this win, right? Because United is sitting above us right now. They're in a great form. They're going to go play West Ham. West Ham, we know, are one of the worst performing team this season, right? Even though they changed their manager. Now, we smoked the both manager that they had. So Liam, Graham Paul, we smoked him 3. And then we did the same, 3 goal, but this time around it was 3-2, right? To Nuno as well. But United is going to be playing West Ham, right? We know Liverpool is also going to be playing Sunderland, right? So those we 4-point clears of Liverpool. United is 1 point clear of, right? If we win, United lose, or even if United draw, there's a possibility we go above them because we have more goals. Goal difference will take us above them. Let's just say it like that. So we need to go into this game thinking this entire game is a must-win game. The last time we played Leeds, it did not go well for us. We were the first to score, right? Put ourselves in the lead under Enzo Maresca, and we end up losing the entire game. 3-1. Calvin Lewis scoring his first goal, right? He having scored at at home for Leeds. But when they meet Chelsea, we decided to be charitable and we let the men score, right? And we let them get a win, because that game it was either a win or their manager got sacked. But Chelsea decided to be charitable again, gave them a win, and they kept their manager. I think it is the same guy, but tomorrow, right? Like I said, against what's the team? The team we just played over there, Wolf. Like I said, against Wolf, right? No charity. We're not donating anything. We are not giving anything away, right? No charity tomorrow. We enter in this game. We want to win. Let's win. Let's get the debut. Let's do what we need to do and call it a day, right? And then, like I said, handle what we can handle. Handle those things that are under our control. Like this game, if we win this game, we're putting ourselves in a very good position. I think after this one, we have Burnley. From then we start thinking about the Arsenal, the City, the Liverpool, the Spurs, the United, right? We have a pretty tough run. Now we in game 26 right now. That's what's coming off. After the Burnley game, we don't have any more easy game. I think the most easy game we will possibly have would be the Everton game, and then the Sunderland game, which will be our last 2 games. Now the Sunderland game will be our last game of the season. The Everton game will be in the midst of that. A tough run we have with all of those pretty much B6, B5 type of clubs. We have the Newcastle, all of them to be able to deal with, right? So the next game and then the Burnley game is very important. We have to win those games to be able to keep our top 4 hope alive. Now, when we meet the Liverpool, then we try to handle business. When we meet the United that we're competing with, then we try to handle our business. Now, whatever happened in that game happens, right? But as for now, these winnable games, right, against Leeds, we should be winning them. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying Leeds is not a team. We lost to them before, like I said. So it's going to be a tough one. If we want to win, right, or get into that top 4. Now we're thinking about the summer window. Now, if I'm talking about the top 4, it's not just we want to go play Champions League. We are linked with quality players that we will all want to see at the bridge. Now, even though we link with what's his name? Julian Alvarez, I don't think he's going to be coming to Chelsea, and the reason is this: the man is what's it called? They're going to be demanding close to 100 million for this guy, right? And I don't think Chelsea, by any means, is going to be willing to pay 100 million for a 25 years old or a 26 years old. I don't think so. And he's already on 200 something K a week. So meaning you have to pull him at least on a 200 plus something K a week. And now if you're giving him that much money to come to the bridge, well, you might as well just double it. You might as well just add Cole Palmer wage up, right? And then the next thing, Enzo Fernandez is going to be demanding that he want more. He already want more. Then Casado also going to be demanding that he wants more. So I don't really see this happening. And I think if this deal will happen, I don't know. Then listen, would I want the player at the bridge? Absolutely. But do I see it happening? Not really. I don't really see it happening. I think we are more likely to go for the like of Endrick or the Real Madrid striker called Gonzalez Ramos. I'm more likely to see it. But then we also have Emega coming, and then we have Delap that's already at the club. We also have Pedro, Ja Pedro that's already there. So meaning Delap or Ja Pedro, one of them is leaving, and you know who it is. I'm not gonna get into that, but if we want to bring quality into the team, then we have to secure top four. And I think United is also going for the same thing, and Liverpool is also going for the exact same thing. So we will see what exactly happened with that. But in terms of team news, right? Lavia is back in training, but we don't expect to see Lavia in this game, right? Because according to Rosenior, in the next 10 to 14 days, they have like a whole process that he have to go through before we can even see Lavia on the pitch. But he's training, right? So meaning they're not putting him through a lot right now. Maybe he train with the lads for a little bit and then he go set off, right? And then go do something else. Or he go in before he train with the lad, he have to go through like a whole plan and all of that good stuff. So I don't think we will see Lavia in this game, and the usual people always are. Dario Isugu is still out; he's gonna be out, right? And we heard Tosin was also training, but I don't know if he's gonna be in the squad or be on the bench for this game as well. Esteva is there, Cole Palmer is there. Rich James will not be available, I think, because he was, according to Rosenior, he's ill, right? But he's fit. Just that in terms of like injuries and all of that, no, but it just he's ill. So to understand, that's good news because we don't want Rich getting out right now. But I know, and I see a lot of Chelsea fans talking about Andrew Santos and Lavia, right? Everybody's like, oh, what's it called? The way Lavia is coming back, what does that mean for Andrew Santos? It's like the man is playing, he's balling, he's doing everything he's supposed to do. There's a grind, he's doing all of that, right? Santos, Lavia coming back does not affect anything, in my personal opinion, does not affect anything with Santos. No, it doesn't. Because Santos can cover up for, what's his name? Enzo, if we need him to. I know we all prefer him in that Casado role. Then when you have Lavia next to him as well. So now what happened here is that we have multiple options. So it's not just that we get to protect Lavia himself, but we also get to protect the lack of Casado, the lack of Fernandez. And now, if you look at what's going on right now, yeah, there are times we all wish that Fernandez can get a break. The last game, even though we won that game, but it was possibly one of the worst performances I've seen for Fernandez in the last 10 games, right? Within those 10 games, it was possibly the worst performance I could see from him. That it's not the case that he wasn't trying. You could tell the brother was actually tired. You could tell the man was actually tired. Fatigue was kicking in. Because some of the things he was doing, you go like, Fernandez, brother, please, what are you doing? Right? But, so having Lavia back, right, it kind of restored that, like everybody gets a rest, everybody get to get, the proper amount of rest that they should be having. The lack of Casado, the lack of, not just Santos, but also Fernandez, like I said. So we know we're not going to be seeing this game, but he coming back into the squad would be good. The fact that we still have Champions League ambition, we still have the FA Cup, they say a possibility we could win that, and the Champions League as well. Listen, I'll still put us among the favorite, even though, listen, I don't know what's happening, but we could play Barcelona along the way. We could also play PSG again. Listen, it's going to be tough one, but I think we can absolutely do it. I'm not going to get my hopes up, but because it's Chelsea, but I also rate us that we could be favored for it, right? Now, let's get into my predicted lineup. First and first, you see, this backline, we know James is not going to be playing. So we expect to see either Josh Achiampong tomorrow or Malo Gusto. Now, the fact that Malo Gusto yesterday, the last game during the weekend, right? I don't know, felt a little bit something, but he didn't get to come off. I think he played the entire game, right? I think he might have played the entire game. No, he got sub off for a champion to come in, right? But I don't know if he's 100% fit. The fact that there was nothing talk about him in terms of injury or him not being available, I would say he's still available. And because of that, Malo Gusto, I expect him to be on the pitch tomorrow. Now, if I don't get to see Gusto and I see a champion, I'm 300% okay with it, right? Liam Rosenior talked about him and how what's it called, his versatility and all of that good stuff, right? So him playing as a right back, I'm okay with it. Playing as a center back, I'm also okay with it, right? Now, Hato, you could call for Hato to play this game, but if Hato is playing this game, that simply means we have to maintain a back three, right? So Malo Gusto should be the one inverting, and I'm okay with that. But Malo, like I said, Malo Gusto should be the one inverting if we're trying to do the whole inverting thing. Because on the Rosenior, right, one thing I love is that, we look to an extent unpredictable. In the past, whatever games, right, there are multiple different formations, different tactics that we've seen, right? Like the game against Wolf, right? We saw that entire left hand side, Cucurella. We didn't play with a winger out there. We didn't play with an out winger out there. So that entire side, it's just like it was there for Cucurella to overlap, and we also see Malo Gusto overlapping as well. So there wasn't much of a inverting. So that way, Enzo and Palmer gets to play, the both of them get to play as a 10, but you also get to see Enzo kind of drift outward at times, almost like what Madrid used to do with Bellingham, right? We drift outward at times, almost like a winger, but he's not quite a winger. So he operate in that half space, and then you get Cucurella that also do overlap at times. So we just been working. It did work. It's good because I think that same tactic did work against West Ham. That's how we were able to get the goal, because we saw Cucurella running down the line, giving the assist to Palmer in that West Ham game. He was also the one getting in the box and then getting us the equalizing goal. So brilliant for him as well. But so I was definitely keep Cucurella in there, right? But if Hato gets to play, then we have to maintain that three in the back. So maybe if Gusto decide to invert, or they decide to invert somebody, it should be Gusto, not Hato. And I know what's his name, Liam Rosenior love playing Hato in the midfield. Now 100% with that. Hato is not comfortable yet on the ball. You can see that even if you watch Chelsea play, you can see some of his teammates trying to skip him in terms of passing him the ball and all of that, right? But as a player, like I said, I still have hope for him, and I still rate him, and I still think there's quality in there. He's very aggressive, right? The pace there is very aggressive. Now he's still getting used to the whole tempo of the league. But like I said, as a player, I do rate him. But tomorrow, right, I want to see Cucurella, and maybe, hopefully, if we can bury the game within the first half, then you can bring Hato in to give Cucurella the ample amount of rest that he needs. And I think Hato should be able to, bury the entire thing. But these two people in the center back pairing, right? Now, Fofana, I know he's on one of those people that's going through the entire process. Then they have to go through a whole bunch of process, right, with their reintegration into the squad, make sure they don't just go back injury, make sure they are available and all of that cool stuff. So the medical team, I think and Rosenior all have a plan for him. Now, I wasn't expecting him to play against Wolves, but he did. So now this game against Leeds, he may not be there, but I do expect Chalobah, either one of them, to be there. And then maybe Badi Shi, or if they decide not to go with Badi Shi and then go with a champion, like Liam Rosenior said, in the long run, he see a champion as a center back. So if a champion gets to be in here, I'm okay with that. But I will go with them too, right? And then in the midfield, if Liam was not going to go with anything like what he went for the other game, right? I'll expect this guy, right, Esteva, to play here, right? But in the midfield, I'm going with these two, right? Now, everybody will call for Santos to play this game, and I definitely will call for Santos as well to play this game, considering the way Fernandez been moving, right? I will call for Santos to play the game, but then we also need somebody to be able to control the game, right? And I don't think we have that in Caicedo. Now, we have like somebody that brings balance, right, in Caicedo, but we don't have somebody that actually do control the game in Caicedo. So we need Fernandez for that. And Santos is more similar to Caicedo than he is to Fernandez, right? So in that regard, like, I would rather Fernandez stay on the pitch again, right? Or maybe we can do the exact same thing that we did. So he goes off, and then you bring in Santos, right? So now it turns into this, almost like this. So Santos and Caicedo, you see this brother as a as a winger, but he's not quite a winger. So if Chelsea get in possession, right, it's more like this, and then you can have Cucurella overlapping, right, and even it's Cucurella overlapping. Now, basically, the rest, as you can see, that's what I'm going to go. So Esteva here and then João Pedro over there, right? But if Chelsea in possession, it turns into this. You see this guy overlapping there. You see Fernandes hovering around here. Palmer, obviously, doing whatever Palmer around. Women as a 10 he and Fernandes have that free will to be able to do what they want to do. Gusto at times do overlap. So push up here, right? And then you have Santos that may be a little bit forward than Caicedo in terms of that, right? Or maybe, the both of them alternate at times. So if he goes, Caicedo stay, Caicedo goes, he stays, so one of them. So let's just say he stays somewhere around here, right? And then you have Caicedo, and then you say Caicedo then sit in between the center back. So almost like a back three. We maintain the exact same thing, right? Almost like a back three, but now with Caicedo being the one in between the two center halves, right? So that we create that three in the back balance again. So, again, giving on an extra player to be able to attack, and then letting Caicedo to be what we know Caicedo can actually do, be the destroyer, protect the back line. Being in that position also sometimes do help, because when we have the ball, he can be able to push. Because if you watch that West Ham game, right, the winning goal, right, the ball that Palmer played into Caicedo came from here in this position, run into this place run into this space right here, right there, grab the ball, and then play João Pedro too, and then what's his name? Fernandes was there, and then it was a goal. So pretty much the same thing. So something like that, and then that's what we'll be going with. But if we decide to play with a winger, then maybe Santos can go off, and then we can have Garnacho in, and I will be okay with that. But for now, this will be what I want, right? Esteva, Gusto, because I think these two people, to understand, have a very good understanding. Esteva and Gusto have a very good understanding. If you watch the both of them play whenever they're on the pitch, they have a very good understanding. Gusto is smart. Now, there's rumor that he's being linked with Madrid, or Madrid is looking at him as a long-term replacement for Carvajal. Listen, Real Madrid, back off. Yeah? Back off. When Rosenior said he see Achempo in the long run as a center back, and I'm 100% for that, right? Achempo as a center back, I'm 100% for that. So I'll keep him there. But prediction, Leeds, Chelsea Leeds prediction tomorrow, right? You can come out here and then, I don't know, say Chelsea should win 5, right? It's against Leeds. Now, listen, for the caliber of team that we are, being the world champion and all of that good stuff, yes, we should be winning by 6, we should be winning by 7, we should be winning by 8. In fact, we should be winning by 25 even, right? But you know it's Chelsea, I know it's Chelsea, and we all know, yeah, we get what we don't expect, and we don't get what we expect. It's Chelsea. So basically, I'm going to go Chelsea 2, Leeds United 1. Because listen, for us to keep clean sheet nowadays, right, it's like, I don't know, mission impossible. We're possibly going to need, what's his name? What's the brother name again from Mission Impossible? What's his name? Tom Cruise. We're gonna need Tom Cruise to come, maybe help and then make the mission very much possible as well. But for now, I'm gonna go Chelsea 2, Leeds 1. It's at the bridge. We're gonna have our fans. We all gonna be there. Now I'm not gonna be there, but we're gonna be there supporting online, right? Let's be watching the game, cheering the Blues on. Come on, you Blues! Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to hit the like, hit the subscribe. Much appreciated. See you in the next video. Adios.